Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We're back with the 2009 iMac 21.5 inch dual 3 gigahertz machine. Now, I do have 8 gigs of RAM in this thing, and we are running High Sierra, so an older version of iMovie, the last known compatible version that Apple would let me download on the App Store for it. Same goes for like things like GarageBand, etc., right? That, you know. Anyway, so it's taken to do just, I didn't even count the import time. Weird thing about the old iMovie is it had to import your video first. Even though you dropped it into the storyboard, or the board, whatever you want to call it, it still has to import it and set it up kind of thing, right? So we didn't even bother to count that time because that took a while. And so I kind of like let that go until it was ready. But this video that I edited, or say not edited technically, was actually the review of this machine. And so all I did was drop the file in, an intro and an outro, and I didn't even clip the ends like I normally would, you know, because of the space of me talking before and after. And it's taken 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 53.31 seconds. So just shy of 2 hours and 13 minutes to export. So no editing, no color correction, none of that. Just a drop and go 1080p file. And it's actually off the same camera that we're using now as my DSLR to record this video with, which I will be happily editing on my M1 because, yeah, it'll have this thing, you know, in and out in about 5 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, for a dual core machine at this gigahertz level, I actually expected better. Now, of all my years running Apple computers and stuff, I never really got into the video editing aspect of things until I became a YouTuber. And, you know, and I started with PCs for quite a while. Then I got my 2013 iMac, which I thought was quite nice and quite quick, which it actually was. We are working with 256 megabytes of video RAM as opposed to, you know, having a gig in that 2013 iMac. And of course I had a heck of a lot more RAM, but even more RAM isn't going to help your situation to make things go faster, because even with the activity monitor and with this OS, we're still not even using up 3 gigabytes of RAM for doing this. So I still have 5 gigs of RAM free, so it won't matter on that area. And exporting is exporting, you know. Temperatures never went up, surprisingly enough. The fans stayed running pretty much at their minimal rates that they always do. I've got a program called Max Fan Speed Control that I use, and you know, so the fan speeds barely even fluctuated at all. Temperatures stayed relatively about where they are now, which is like in the, what are we running around? CPU, it's around 40s, ambient temperature 25, LCD proximity, and all that. I mean, this thing's running basically kind of like an M1, ice cold, right? It's really not being worked hard. And so anyway, I thought I'd show you guys this. I am so glad now that Apple really did do something good with the M1 series, and now the M2s are out, because video editing on those machines is fabulous in comparison. Now, of course, something like the late 2013 iMac and newer iMacs or Mac Pros, they're going to be, you know, much quicker than this old dog. But I thought we'd do a test on this because people do kind of wonder, because it's actually still a viable machine at this point, because it's still able to run the most current version of Google Chrome and the last known security safe version of Safari for surfing. So still kind of viable for the time being. How much longer, we don't know, but you know. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I thought I would just like run this thing through and then shoot the video, because I really don't think I could have high-speeded the footage for 2 hours and 12 minutes fast enough to get the video over with quickly, you know, like under 10 minutes like we are here. Anyways, but do let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you've had a 2009 iMac, what your experience has been with, you know, probably 720p files, which I haven't tried, but I'm suspecting between 720p and 1080p. 720 would definitely be, of course, obviously a lot faster. And this is, what, about a 25-minute long video at 1080p. So, yeah, that's a long time to wait just to sit there and go, oh, and do absolutely nothing else. Because anything else you try and do while it's exporting, it's going to slow down the process even more. So the only program actually running is just iMovie for the last, you know, 2 hours and 12 minutes, right? And yeah, wow. All I can say is I think this is the first and last time I'll try video editing on this machine, because that's horrible for export time, let alone the long wait for the import of the video before you can even do any editing to it, you know, if you're going to be editing at all. Anyways, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. See ya.